Hey, if you're thinking about moving to Bellingham, Silver Beach might be a neighborhood that you've never heard of before. You don't even know where it's located. And most buyers looking at neighborhoods in Bellingham, Columbia jumps to the top of the list in terms of familiarity. South Hill, Fairhaven is a very popular one. But after spending some time here, Silver Beach might end up becoming one of the neighborhoods you have on your short list. Today, I'm going to walk you through what everyday life looks like here in Silver Beach. And by the end of the video, you'll have a much better idea if it's the right fit for you, or maybe another neighborhood is a better fit. I'm Tim Cornwell, and as a longtime local, I love helping people relocate to the Bellingham area. And one thing I've learned after helping a lot of people move here is that sometimes the neighborhood is more important than the house. Every neighborhood has its own personality. And in this video, I'm going to show you what it's actually really like to live here in Silver Beach, so you can decide if it's the right fit for you. So what does it feel like right here in the Silver Beach neighborhood? Well, if I had to pick one word to explain the area, I would call it quirky. There's not just one lifestyle, there's not just one part of the neighborhood, because there's such a wide range of variety here. But I would say overall, the community feel is it feels like it's own little independent coastal community. Flip-flops and paddle boards, convertibles, that is more of what you see here in this neighborhood because the draw to Lake Whatcom. Now, when we think about, like I said earlier, you got Fairhaven, you got Columbia, you got South Hill. So many people don't know where Silver Beach is, but today I'm going to help you understand what quirky is. This is Silver Beach neighborhood, and there's a wide range of options when it comes to housing types. Right over my shoulder, this beautiful house, probably built right at the turn of the century, right around 1900. And then on my left-hand side, we've got brand new construction build. So as you go through the neighborhood, you're going to see houses built anywhere from the late 1800s to the 2020s and newer. A lot of up and down this street right here is Sylvan. We saw a lot of like 1970s and 1960s ramblers. So a lot of housing types for you in Silver Beach.
Silver Beach, it definitely is for people who like quiet. One of the things that I appreciate about it is we are so far away from the freeway, you'll get no freeway noise whatsoever, nor the trains. That is one complaint that people do have in living inside, the downtown corridor of Bellingham. You're going to get a lot of train noise. You're going to get freeway noise. Up here, Silver Beach, you're far enough away from all of that. It's going to be very quiet. You probably see a little more wildlife up here in terms of birds of prey. We have deer everywhere throughout Bellingham, so that's really not anything special. But you're going to get a lot of the wildlife that thrives around the lake, like Lake Whatcom. And it is a very large lake, and it's about 10 miles long, about a mile wide. And so for those of you that are nature lovers and wildlife lovers, you will see a fair amount of wildlife that you don't see in other parts of town. But the streets are pretty narrow, and you don't have sidewalks. It's kind of a downside because walkability is tough. And then a lot of the parking, if you remember in my Columbia neighborhood video, a lot of those streets don't have sidewalks either. So there's parking along the side of the road. Many of the houses don't have garages, so you're parking in your driveway or you're parking along the road. But it's not like this was a planned community. This is a community that got built out over the last 125 years, and just kind of a little here, a little there. And like I said before, you've got brand new construction next to 125-year-old homes. There's a lot of variety, a lot of different housing types to choose from. Some of the lots are pretty small. You can probably get a 4,000 square foot lot. There are some little blocks and areas where you have smaller lots. But you get around the lake and the lakefront properties, and those are going to be larger lots. You do see a lot of mature landscaping here, a lot of mature trees. So if you're looking for, I want my 3,500 square foot house and my 2-bay shop on 5 acres, that is not going to happen in Silver Beach. But if you wanted a 1935 bungalow with views of Lake Whatcom, that is a possibility if and when that house comes on the market is the biggest challenge. Living in Silver Beach, so much of it is about being close to Lake Whatcom, having views of Lake Whatcom, proximity to everything Lake Whatcom has to offer. It's a special place. I love it up here in Silver Beach. Fantastic quality of life. Great neighborhood.
And if you are starting to compare neighborhoods, you know what? Reach out to me. Don't guess. Let me help you understand what these neighborhoods are like. We can only cover so much information in a video. I'd love to connect with you and hear what's motivating you to make a move. You know, really, your priorities are different than probably anybody else's priorities. And I've helped so many people relocate here, and I love hearing their stories. I'd love to hear your story, what's motivating you to move, what the perfect neighborhood would be in the perfect location for your lifestyle. So my contact information is below. Be sure to reach out to me. Feel free to call, text, email me, schedule a Zoom call. Let's get connected. One of the things that might surprise you about the Silver Beach neighborhood, being that it's lakefront or lake view, that there's actually something for everyone in the area. We have lower priced homes on up to luxury waterfront homes. You could probably find something in the $500,000 range on up to $2-3 million plus, and everything in between. And the neighborhood was built out over the last 125 years. You know, if we go back to the late 1800s, early 1900s, you know, that part of Lake Whatcom was an industrial area. There's logging and mining and mills, and there's a hotel, and there's an amusement park, and it's that kind of a vibe of that part of Bellingham. And it was actually so popular that they built an electric trolley system all the way up from downtown Bellingham out to Silver Beach along Electric Avenue. So an electric trolley system to get people in and out of there. So a lot of those houses that were built in that time frame, 1800, late 1800s, early 1900s, they're gone. They got burned down or like torn down. But a lot of them still stand today, and some of them have been remodeled and updated, but you do get some of those turn-of-the-century homes, but then you also get custom homes because, you know, these are valuable, this is valuable real estate right there. Whether you have lake views or lakefront or lake access, you're someone that like, well, I want to build a beautiful custom home viewing Lake Whatcom or on the lake. So you'll see those 125-year-old homes, or you'll see newer custom homes. And then also the last time a subdivision was built at Silver Beach was 25 years ago. There's an area called Springland Lane and through that area where they have a lot of homes that were built during that early 2000s era. And that's nice. That's a typical subdivision where you have wider streets, sidewalks along both sides, cul-de-sacs, and you know, that era of construction. But then everything in between, like I said, so you'll get 1960s, 1970s, 1980s single level ramblers. You'll find those. And then there's quite a few 1990s houses that got built in there. They're typically like a 2-story with a 2-car garage. Average price at Silver Beach is going to be $850 range. So that's a little bit higher than the rest of Bellingham. And because that we have that proximity to the lake with lake views, lake access, you're going and all the recreation there, that's where you end up with a higher price point because of the demand. You don't see as many houses come on the market in Silver Beach as maybe some of the other areas in Bellingham, other neighborhoods. And so also because of that supply demand, you see houses selling up at Silver Beach a lot quicker, again, for higher prices because, you know, the odds of multiple offers is better at Silver Beach than, again, like some of the other neighborhoods in the Bellingham area. Another thing you'll also notice about Silver Beach is most of the streets are pretty narrow and don't have sidewalks. Many of the houses don't have garages, kind of similar to Columbia neighborhood. So you do have those narrower streets and you'll have parked cars along both sides. If that's a deal breaker for you, you're gonna have to hunt and pack a little bit more in Silver Beach to find that. You will find different little pockets. That's the crazy thing about Silver Beach. You have to go exploring there. You cannot just drive into Silver Beach and go, oh, okay, I've seen this street, I've seen it all. No, you really have to search throughout the entire neighborhood because the type of house you're looking for probably exists there. We just have to go find it when it comes available on the market. Like I said, Silver Beach, it most likely has something for you there. The question is timing. When will the house that you want on the street that you want come available? That's kind of the biggest question of all. Getting in and out of the neighborhood is pretty easy. You've got some main arterials that come in and out of Silver Beach. You've got Electric Avenue, which goes to the south. You've got Alabama Street, which goes to the west. And then you've got Britton Road, which goes to the north. Britton Road also connects to Barkley Boulevard, which takes you right down to Barkley Village. Now, just the other day, I pulled off the freeway, the Sunset exit. I'm on Interstate 5, headed up to Silver Beach to Bullet Donovan Park. I was there in less than 10 minutes, and I hit multiple lights along the way. So the proximity and the amount of time it takes to commute to Interstate 5 or really Barkley Village, it's inconsequential. It's quick, it's easy. Kind of depends though, I suppose, on what part of Silver Beach you live in. If you live all the way around the end of the lake and you're over on North Shore, then yeah, it could take a little bit longer. But basically Electric Avenue, remember some of these street names: Electric Avenue, Alabama Street, North Shore, Britton Road, and Barkley Boulevard. Those are some of your main arterials that get you through the neighborhood and in and out of the neighborhood into other parts of Bellingham. It can be a little frustrating because that main intersection right there at Electric Avenue that turns into North Shore and Alabama Street, that's a three-way stop. And traffic can get backed up there depending on time of day of the week, what's going on at Bullet Donovan, the weather. It's a nice day and you get a lot of people going to the park. That can back traffic up right there. We don't have any roundabouts. One of the things that you'll notice in the Bellingham area is that we are starting to see more and more roundabouts built, which tends to really improve traffic flow. But up at Silver Beach, we still have three-way stops with stop signs. There are no lights. There are no street lights, stop lights in Silver Beach. And so traffic it really depends on what your expectations are. I would say for most people, traffic is not a problem at all. But if you're used to like little to no traffic, then you might be waiting an extra 30 seconds to get through one of those intersections on a busy day. The central theme for me of Silver Beach neighborhood is really in the name of the neighborhood. It's a beach. It's really for people that are water oriented. Like, I want to be near a body of water. And in this case, it's Lake Whatcom, which is a very large lake, 10 miles long, a mile wide. And to be close to the lake and everything the lake offers, it attracts a certain type of person. It's a person that's kind of like, hey, I like water recreation. And so you could be a 20-something that you're just getting started, maybe you're even renting a home, but you want to have that lake access. Or though you could be a very successful tech entrepreneur that wants to build a custom home or live in a custom home on Lakefront. You share that same mentality, that same lifestyle, the desire to be close to water and everything that a beautiful lake like Lake Whatcom offers. It really attracts all types of people, all age ranges, all socioeconomic statuses are all attracted to come and participate in lake life. So yeah, I would think that's kind of like our core value that, hey, we're near the beach. We are oriented to Lake Whatcom and everything it has to offer.
Coming in and out of the Silver Beach neighborhood, we basically have three main arterials. I'm on Britton Road right now, and I'm coming up to this intersection with Britton and Barkley Boulevard. So if you come up Britton, turn on Barkley Boulevard, that's going to take you down to Barkley Village. And these are, high traffic areas, wider streets with sidewalks. That was Barkley Boulevard we just passed. So now I'm coming down Britton Road, down the hill to the corner of North Shore. And as you come down this hill, you can see the lake. It's like, oh my gosh, people get excited. There's the lake. This is awesome. Who's out there? Whose boats? Do I recognize anybody? Now, one of the downsides, the only downside I can think about being out here at Silver Beach, they get good daylight, but in the mornings, you're not going to get that true sunrise in the mornings because we do have hills. To the east are hills, and then you don't get those epic sunsets either in the horizon because to the west, we have hills and trees. So if you do get sunset or sunrise views in Silver Beach, consider yourselves very fortunate. Now, we just turned on to North Shore Drive, and it runs around the north end of Lake Whatcom, and it also goes all the way around the east side of the lake and runs all the way down to the end of the lake, dead ends down that side. We've got Westside Pizza. We've got Lakeline Coffee Shop. There's a little dentist office there. Super cool. People in the community go there. They know each other. It's a great little place to hang out. They will let outsiders though, because I went there and had coffee once and they were nice to me. And now I'm coming up to another major intersection here. North Shore comes to an intersection of North Shore, Alabama Street, and then North Shore going forward becomes Electric Avenue. One of my favorite street names in Bellingham, Electric Avenue. So yeah, you can get in and out of Silver Beach neighborhood pretty easily. Alabama Hill, Electric Avenue, and then Britton Road and Barkley Boulevard will get you north, south, and west. Going east, there's really not anything other than more houses. So there you have it. Silver Beach neighborhood arterials.
There you have it. There is Silver Beach. Question I have for you, is this the right neighborhood for you? Based on everything I've just shared, where are you at with the whole thing? Or is it not right for you? Are you thinking, hey, I want to look for a different neighborhood? Well, again, this is what I do. I love working with people relocated to the Bellingham area. I'd love the opportunity to hear what you are looking for, answer your questions. Let's get in touch. Let's connect. Schedule an appointment so that I can really understand what it is you're trying to accomplish, what your goals are. In the description box below, phone number, email, text me, Zoom call appointment, whatever works for you. Let's get connected and get you in the perfect home here in Bellingham. If this video was helpful for you, hey, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications button, because as I put out a new video, you'll get notified. And by the off chance you said, nope, Silver Beach isn't gonna work for you, well, take a look at the other videos on my channel, because I feature all kinds of different neighborhoods throughout the Bellingham area and beyond.